Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us on my continued journey with the WWF in 1983 as we get ever closer to WrestleMania. A year and a bit away, but we're going at a steady pace. It's been a really fun save in growing the company and getting people over, and as you'll see in today's episode, fighting the many challenges that WWF had until they went to that higher level. Or maybe they didn't have this at this time, but hey, I'm noticing it and it's really giving me a bit of an issue. So another event we've had like 5 locker room incidents. I've accepted that's going to keep happening in the mod. That's cool. That was advised way at the start, but I decided to plough through with it, so I don't mind. The 80s was a bit mental. However, look at them all. We're missing Bob Backlund, Bobby Heenan, Kurt Hennig, Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Snuka, Larry Hennig, Mil Mascaras, Rennie Goulet, and Tommy Rich is out injured. So yeah, quite a few there with the American Wrestling Association and All Japan Pro Wrestling as well. So the quicker we can get to a solid financial footing, we can ensure we can get these on exclusive written contracts so they're our property and we can move on from then. In the lead up to this show, I've tried a variety of things as well. Just really to try and see if I can get over an 82 rating match, which I still haven't yet, which is a bit frustrating, but I feel like we have Andre that's like at 94 over in this, which is like just a tier above everybody else after this. It's kind of like mid 72, 73 over, so I think it's a tricky one actually, because Andre doesn't lose, you don't want Andre to lose, and I'd feel a bit weird jobbing Andre out to people going over him. I think what I might end up doing if he does have to lose matches, somebody's going to have to keep beating him by count out, because I just mentally can't have Andre the Giant losing by pinfall, or certainly not submission. So we've got another show today. As I say, this is your end of September. Morale issues are aplenty, so we'll have to try and get some of that. But hopefully with this show we can go over the 4 million mark and then hopefully be in a good position. The frustrating thing is, again with the people missing, actually this show was scheduled for the Friday, but because of the instance last month, I went, we'll try Saturday, and yeah, not great. I could go through every wrestler and see their availability, but there's that many at this time frame where it's effort. So the storylines are going to find they're facing each other on episodes of Wrestling Challenge, but not quite so much here. If I just actually go through the last shows, look at that. I had Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Kurt Hennig, new signing Dusty Rhodes against Backlund, Gino, Zabisco and Roberts, which drew an 82. So that was class to get that kind of match up there. You can see a few other new signings in there. Hector Guerrero and Steve Lombardi, just giving myself an enhancement out in there, and Rising Force, we'll explain because they're in action tonight. But yeah, just a wee bit frustrating that, as I say, I want to try and crack the 82 bubble, but we'll get there eventually. As I say, the size thing, the journey's still getting there. We've got Great Lakes and Mid-Atlantic up over the 50s now, so that's good. New England is catching up in the Tri-State at 62. The only one that's sadly lacking way behind is the Southeast at 34, so that's going to be the one where we might need to get to a stage where we continue the run in the Southeast just to get that to big. But main thing is money just now, so we can compete with our competitors, because if we go here, we jump to just somebody that's kind of high up in the world. AWA, there you go, they're in debt. So there you go, that's what we're up against. Championship Wrestling Association, far more finances than them. So maybe these are companies we can maybe absorb their popularity. There's our big rivals though, Georgia Championship Wrestling. So we're in the Tri-State region. And before we start and actually get into the actual show itself, I better check my booking analysis. That's just Tito Santana's injury, that's fine, he's in our 4v4 main event. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, it's much appreciated. As I say, any likes, comments and subs are all deeply appreciated. I'll try and get back to the comments as quickly as we can. If you've ever fancied doing an older save mod, let me know how you found it. I'll be honest, I think is it Zero that does it in the Gridog software forums, and it just kind of inspired me as someone that loves a long-term FM save that I could try something like that in TW. So this series, you better thank him for it, because that was the motivation and the inspiration. But yeah, check out the Gridog software forums, the Fantasy Booker subreddit, and of course TEWDB.com. There's various sources for everything you'll need to do with TW, and of course more visual and written diary content. We have just 10 segments today because of a depleted roster. Let's see how tonight's show goes down. So 43,000, that's going to be a handy gate receipt. And I must insist we are on normal ticketing. I've not changed any of my ticketing, because I feel you reduce it, sure you get more fans in, but that's less money. and then other way about it, you might get more money or you might get less fans in, so you're always going to get roughly about the same amount in terms of financial gain or loss. So a 47 promo as Jake starts the show with a promo, just kind of letting fans know his intentions for his upcoming match and what's going ahead in his career. And he had the enhancement talent Frankie Williams, and it was a decent reaction from the crowd with subpar wrestling as Jake Roberts defeated Frankie Williams in 8:25 with a knee lift. This must have been before the DDT. But anyway, Kick Snake picks up the win. A 67 for Jake, a 22 for Frankie Williams. Overall the match was a 55, which is not too bad for an opener. Next up, another promo from King Kong Bundy. They get a 56. Snooki obviously not been here, so obviously Bundy just really going on about that he's running scared, and truthfully, I just really need Bobby Heenan to carry these promos to get him to another level, but it got the crowd hotter, and King Kong Bundy is in action next. He took on Pedro Morales, and it was a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, with Pedro doing the job here in 7:55 as Bundy won with a big splash. Morales is 40 at this point. He's declining physically and he still has a little bit of overness towards him, so I felt like let's try and move some of that on to King Kong Bundy. A 63 is pretty good here, and this also got the match hotter. We are going to lose a little bit as well. If I just quickly scroll down here, for low locker room morale, it's still a 0, which again, it's the 80s, I've just accepted that. Next up and about, they had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Rising Force defeated Tiger Chung Lee and Tiger Conway Jr. in 11:35 when Bobby Eaton pinned Tiger Conway Jr. with an Alabama Jam. 55 rating's decent, the baby faces are winning. To explain it, same Bobby Eaton, and I felt like I wanted to do something with Eddie Gilbert. I need a bit more depth in the tag team division. My idea at the moment is they'll go as Rising Force as a babyface team for a while, but I do want to tap into a heel character at one point on both of them, and maybe I think they both play like kind of apparent and beautiful characters, or they believe in themselves to be beautiful, so we may tie that into the eventual heel turn, but they'll be the upstart, the Rising Force, the bright babyface tag team for just now, before that way down the line. As I say, you'll get plenty of years for that to happen. A fantastic promo by the man of the hour, the man that's just carrying everything on the mic, and that is Gino Hernandez, and that is a 77 as he's got another loser in his upcoming match, and that loser was Hector Guerrero, and that's not ideal, as I about had great heat and decent wrestling as Gino Hernandez defeated Hector Guerrero in 15:01 by pinfall. Gino Hernandez makes the 5th defence of the IC title, so actually it's the debut, as Hector Guerrero is putting people over just now. This match I felt would have been a lot better. A 58's going to be seriously hampered because of that injury to Gino Hernandez, the thigh muscle strain. So I'm already liking the fact we're getting a lot more injuries in this TW. I haven't had as many kind of affairs as normal. There hasn't been as many deaths. There was in the sim game I'd done. I think in about 18 months I had Angel Garza was one that went, or Angel Garza. But Gino Hernandez picks up the win here. A 70 performance plays a 54, but that injury certainly wouldn't have helped him. It's not great because that was our 3rd from last match, which I was kind of hoping to draw well, but we still have 2 matches to go, one more championship match. And it's done okay. It had great heat and good wrestling, and I just had the Road Warriors defeat the Wild Samoans in 11:37 when Road Warrior Animal pinned Sika with a top rope power slam. The Road Warriors made the 4th defence of the WWF Tag Team Championships. It's a bit frustrating having these two always face each other, but we do lack depth in that division, and it is something I want to improve on, but you don't want to bring in so many wrestlers and before you know it you're financially all over the place, so we're just going to build up and make sure our champions are strong, so then we've got the cornerstone of our tag division going forward. So with that, we're 64, we need the main event to draw, probably over about a 74, 75 for it to be a successful show. Dusty Rhodes cuts a promo on Larry Zbyszko, and it's only a 49 for Dusty. I was hoping him as being one of the over baby faces would be able to deliver, but not here. 49. Maybe I should have made it Andre that cut the promo, but penalised for an awful gimmick. And to give you an idea of the kind of main guys we've got going forward, because a lot of them were thrust into this matchup, it was a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, and the babyface team of Andre the Giant, Dusty Rhodes, Jim Duggan and Tito Santana defeated the team of Larry Zbyszko, David Schultz, and the Eastern Bloc's Ivan Putski and Ivan Koloff in 1825 when Andre pinned Putski with the body slam. You can see with the ratings of in-ring performance, Dusty, Andre and Zbyszko are far ahead of everyone else. Schultz is getting there. The Eastern Bloc on the way down and have still a long way to go with Duggan and Santana. Santana obviously affected by that injury. Putski was off his game though. A few positives, but I think we were missing a lot of star power. And one day I will eventually get that Bob Backlund defending the championship match. I don't want to make it on a television time. It's got to be one of these bigger shows with a bigger crowd, but we're going to lose a lot of points for the low locker room morale. That's just one thing I need to learn to deal with, but overall 71. So that means we'll have gained in the southeast, we'd have gained in Puerto Rico, and it is a normal expected show within the tri-state region. So we've done okay there, and it does mean we are at the kind of level we need to be at, but that's quite good because that's us missing Bob Backlund, Jimmy Snuka, Hulk Hogan, Kurt Hennig. That's 4 of our main guys. Andre's pretty much had to carry the company on his back at this point. So let's have a look and see if there's anything happening here. So a few things I do want to round up on this particular episode. It's not just the shows we show here, it's a few other things. So Ricky Morton. I might look at the Rock and Roll Express at one point. Gino Hernandez, just a few days, that's not too bad then. And with our taping as well for that, that's fine. Whoa! Sorry, actually some of them I've already read, I haven't deleted. So Wrestling Challenge got 0.03, or a big event got a 0.17, which is not bad. It's only on 3 regions of the world, so that's fine. Patterson, I can't remember the last time we used Pat Patterson. And Gino Hernandez is injured. Those ones I already know about, that's fine. That's cool. So size. 70, 35, so your only real gains there. Maybe Puerto Rico's up a wee bit, but it's just there in case we need it down the line. That's fine. I'm going to process a day because it can give us an idea then of how we're doing financially, and then hopefully it's a successful profit. But this is in October already, so that's month number 10. Pretty good progress. I say I want to try and just blast for this as quickly as I can. I don't think there's going to be any end to it. I just want to keep going. Get as many years in the future. Bob Eaton and Matt Bourne win a tag team championship here. But here's the big one. There we go, 400,000 profit again. Ticket sales are up 1.4, so they're gaining. Broadcasting was up a little bit. Sponsors is up. Merchandise is up. Worker costs were up, unfortunately. But yeah, that is a really solid month actually. That puts us up to $4.2 million. So I think I'm going to start looking to get some written contracts done. Or do I wait to 5 million? It's one of those tricky ones. We'll see. So the last thing I wanted to show is basically, because a few of them have happened here, yeah, what I like about this one is obviously the wrestlers that are entering. There's a nice wee thing there. The Wrestling World, so obviously Mick Foley's previously entered, Bill Nicano, Rick Rude's already in, Tony Schiavone is in. We've also had recently Scott Armstrong, of course, brother of the Road Dogg. Steve Lombardi, obviously we've signed him, but there's Rick Steiner in. The Tonga Kid is in. And some others as well that I'm not too personally familiar with, so sorry if you do know them. So yeah, I'm liking this because it means that I can pick people up and use them as enhancement talents, and then when the time's right, really start to push them. Because like Mick Foley, I'd love to have brought him in, but in 1983, is that really realistic? Nah, so he's been in as an enhancement talent, but he will hopefully sign down the line. But we're keeping a few shortlisted, just waiting on them. And our next big show is 25 days for the big show in October. We don't really have any other spare ones, it's just really that. And then one in November, December, back around to January. Only June has the two when it has July has two when it has King of Ring and it's show then, but we're so close to basically putting these all as dormant and the launch of WrestleMania and hopefully pay-per-view eventually. Or a very early WWF network. But that's it for this episode. Thank you very much. I say if you are playing in one of the older mods, or if you had a save in TEW2016, an older mod, let me know how you put, who came forward instead of Hulkamania in yours. As I say here, the Hulkster will be back in 46 days, fully fit. He can still wrestle, but we'll just let him go. Tommy Rich, I'm just quite happy. Just medium risk, I don't want to risk that because he could be a big player with his age. So yeah, that's the injury front at the moment. So cheers for watching, much appreciated. Hopefully I'll see you all soon for some more TW action. And yeah, hopefully by the time this goes live, we might be close to that WWE save on Twitch, which I will round up every so often on here as well. So thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.